Hello, animation and graphic design students. We continue with our photo editing session, okay? During the previous video, we imported this person, this woman, into this new background, okay? And so what we did was we blurred this background in order to refocus the viewer on the character. So we did that so that the background doesn't get the attention of the viewer from her. Okay, so in any case, but if you want the background to be not blurred, that's okay. Okay. So what we're going to do in this particular video is we're gonna try to blend the background more with the character. And so at this point, I am going to select the background and experiment on a few steps to do that. So let's just say I'm going to go to this particular tab in Photoshop, which is the image. And right here, there's the adjustment and the color balance. So you can experiment. You can experiment on the hue saturation. You can make the background a little bit saturated. So if you pull this lever a little bit further, it becomes so saturated that it becomes so unnatural. So there are plenty of ways you can blend the background with the character together. Or you can do it the other way around, meaning to say you can blend the character with the background. Either way, they have to blend. Okay, so one of the steps that you can do is you go to image and go to adjustments and you experiment on these selections. So in my case, I am going to select color balance, and I'm gonna slide these levers right here. Okay, and then press OK. Maybe that's okay with me. All right, so okay, this is the edited background in this layer. Okay, this is the edited background, and this is the original one. Okay, now for this character, which is the woman, I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate her by pulling down this layer towards this icon right here in the layers panel. And so what we're going to do, it says here it's character copy, which is a copy of this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to blind this character right here and probably lock it. Lock and blind. So this character, maybe I'm gonna, I think I'm okay with the blurring of this character. So if you remember in our previous video, we did not include in the selection some of her hair strands. We did not include some of her hair strands in our previous video. And so what we're going to do is we're going to retouch those hair strands. We're going to reconstruct those hair strands. And so for me to do that, I am going to use a particular tool, and it's called the brush tool. And aside from the brush tool, I am going to use the eyedropper tool. Okay, here is the brush tool, and here is the eyedropper, which is located somewhere here. Okay, there you go. This is the eyedropper. Okay, that's the eyedropper right here. The shortcut of the eyedropper command is I. The shortcut for the brush tool is B, as in beta. So if I am going to press B, okay, so you can see the brush tip right here. You can enlarge it by pressing the bracket keys of your keyboard. The bracket keys are located below the backspace key. And of course, if you select the brush tool, there's the brushes right here and the brush settings right here. This is the brushes, the types of brushes, and this is the brush settings. Okay. You can also manipulate the opacity of the brush tool. If you increase the value of opacity, the brush becomes opaque. Okay, let me just select a suitable color for the brush. Let's say, for example, you select this one, and then the color picker appears, and you select black. So there you go. That's the brush. And if you reduce the opacity, you reduce the opacity of the basically the visibility of the brush. Okay, so let me just erase that. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to utilize two tools. I'm going to utilize two type of tools in Photoshop, namely the eyedropper and the brush tool. Okay, so I'm gonna put some hair strands on this character. So I want to put some hair strands right here. So logically speaking, I am going to eyedropper the colors black and brown. So I'm going to press I and press B. Okay, so when I press I and click on this, the color of the upper box becomes black. So I'm going to press B for the brush, and I'm going to select some brushes here. And probably I'm going to select the soft round pressure opacity, which I think will blend well with the character. So, okay, I'm gonna close that and put some strands on our character. I'm gonna eyedropper this. So look at the hair strands that I've created. They look natural. Okay. So her hair is quite disheveled. Yeah. You see that? So let's add some strands here. Maybe we can color this a little bit by manipulating the size of our brush so as to make it look natural. Okay, so if you blind, okay, I'm gonna unblind this original character right here, and I'm gonna blind this so you can see the difference. So that's the difference, okay? So we can add some gray color for our character. So she's got some gray hair, and then eyedropper is reactivated once again. Okay, so there she goes. Okay, so let's make a comparison. Okay, so let's cover this. That's the original image, and this is the edited one. Okay, so there you go. And of course, let's for example, try to redden the lips a little bit further by selecting some reddish color right here. So let's reduce the opacity to 20 or to 30 or 28 in right there. Okay, so maybe we can put some highlights on her forehead and, make it a little bit yellowish and her chin. So if you blind this person, so you can see the difference, look at the highlight, look at the lips. Okay, probably we can darken it a little bit more. All right, so yeah. All right, so if we, yeah, I think I did it a little bit too much. So, so we have to be careful. Okay, maybe we can increase the shadow right here. Okay, and put some highlights on the eyelid. So there you go. All right, so we can put some wools or some fibers on her attire, her shawl. So we can put it right here. All right, so let's see what's the effect. So let's blind this character. Okay, now we can see the difference. Okay. Okay, so maybe let's make her skin right here a little bit pinkish. No, not pinkish, but a little bit reddish. So let's reduce the opacity of our brush to 20. Now, if you press on the numerical value of your keyboards, you actually control the opacity. Yeah, so all right, and probably put some shadows right here. Nope. So as you can see, there's plenty of ways to, to manipulate, to photo edit, to enhance our uh, photos. So these brushes are designed to photo retouch, but there came a time the artists realized that it can also be used for digital painting. However, it's not that intuitive when it comes to digital painting compared to Krita and Clip Studio Paint. Okay, so we've just enhanced some of the shadows of this character. Okay, yeah. So that's how we do it. Okay, so let's blind this layer. Let's cover this layer. Okay, you see that? You see the improvement? And let's focus on the face of the character. And there you go. So here goes our photo manipulation. So I'm going to save this as PSD and as JPEG. So that's how you do it. So she's got some gray hair. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching and goodbye for now.